Well, greetings and salutations and good morning, sports fans. It is The Drive on the Fan Sports Network coming at you from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Devin, Dixon, Ratliff, Atkin, ready to fire up a new week. Welcome to March, baby. It is the madness of March. We are dialed in. We are locked in. We are ready to go. I think everybody here took in a little bit of college hoops over the weekend.
Yeah.
Of course, Paulie and Tara took in a hockey game last Friday night, and everybody should be back feeling fresh and rejuvenated. Lounge day yesterday, Paulie?
Yes. Solid lounge day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many snoozies did you take?
At least two.
All day Saturday.
Yeah. All day Saturday.
It was crickets from him on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I definitely had a recovery day Saturday that kind of extended into Sunday. So,
Yeah.
what can you do?
Well, you can,
You can get roosted up
barbecue, mow the lawn,
trim
the bushes.
the Chase Lounge was calling me. I was just sitting there, lounged back, watching hoops.
Okay.
Yeah. Saturday was a good day for hoops.
Yeah. Let's get right to it. Big win on a Saturday night up in Cedar City, Utah for the Thunderbirds as they got past Utah Tech. Man, kind of a gut punch for the Trailblazers where you'd beat them a couple times and couldn't go up there. But, man, there's something about home court in this SUU Utah Tech basketball sequence, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think they've played now 11 times. In the last 11 games, the home teams are 10-1. Maybe that's 11-1 now after Saturday night. It's been dominance by the home team. The only team to win on the road was SUU winning at the Burns Arena last year.
Wow. Yeah.
So it was not to be for Juddy and the Utah Tech team as they went up for the feud on 15 on Saturday night. 81-67, the final score. Game you heard right here on the Fan Sports Network. And Paulie, as I sat watching this game, one thing sure stood out. Juice Holt did everything he could do.
Yeah.
To
He did
provide
his job.
a spark for Utah Tech men's basketball, a career high spark for Juice Holt, and it still wasn't even close to enough. Utah Tech gets beat by 14, and the question I have, and we'll get into some highlights and some clips and things, but the question I have is, what does that mean moving forward for Utah Tech, and what does that mean momentum-wise moving into the conference tournament and UVU games for SUU?
I don't think it means much for SUU. They're a bad team.
Why? They're playing for the same exact thing as Utah Tech.
It's a bad loss. No other way you can cut it. This is a bad loss. You're fighting for the number one team in the WAC regular season crown, and you lose to a single-digit team,
Paulie,
single-digit win team. I mean, you can't sell me that this is a rivalry game and all that. This is a game Utah Tech was favored by 4 points. They should have won this game. This is a bad loss.
Well, then what do you say about BYU at West Virginia?
Bad loss.
I mean, not a good team. Should have beat them. Didn't beat them.
West Virginia, not a good team. Should have beat them. Have the best player in the country and lost to West Virginia. I'm disappointed. I got to say, there's a little bit of disappointment in my voice. I mean, Utah Tech had a golden opportunity here. All they had to do was beat a 9-win team, and they lost by 14 points. I mean, very disappointing for me.
Not buying the tough to beat a team 3 times.
Not buying
it's on the road if they haven't won in Cedar City in 5 years.
When they're a 9-win team. This is a horrible basketball team, so they should have won this game.
I don't know if I would go that far.
I don't know, man.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, they didn't look horrible.
That didn't look like a horrible basketball game to me, man.
Were they on a 5-win losing streak or 5-game losing streak coming into this game, 4-game losing streak? Like they're single digit, or they are a 9-win team. I don't know any way to slice it where this is a good loss for Utah Tech.
I mean,
heading into the WAC tournament, this is a game they should have won and didn't win.
I don't know. There's something about playing on your home floor and against a rivalry. Both the games.
I get that with UVU or one of the Texas schools, but this is the worst team in the WAC, dude. They should have won this game.
I don't think they're the worst team in the WAC. I disagree with you there. I don't think so. I think SUU is on their home court a very formidable WAC team.
They're the worst overall record in the WAC at 10-19. Yes, they're ahead of Tarleton and Abilene by 1 game.
I'm just going on. I'm not even looking at the records. I'm disagreeing with you on the eyeball test.
I think Tarleton's got better players than SUU.
One better player.
the leading
But
scorer
not
in
when
the conference.
Tanner Hayhurst goes for a career high 25 points.
Yeah.
Farrow 18, Duvall 15. He's a nice freshman.
Yeah.
The problem, I think, and the reason the Trailblazers lost the game was Kai Burdick. Kai Burdick hasn't played that much. He really hasn't been a heavy minute producer for Coach Rob Jeter. But he's a true 7-footer. He's one of just 3 players back on this T-Bird team.
Right.
And he drops 13.7 rebounds. And do we have that dunk, Tara?
We
have
do.
This was a rim-rattling dunk. And the problem Utah Tech has had, and the reason they lost twice to Cal Baptist earlier in the season, I think, is they don't have a true center on this team. They don't have a true rim protector on this team. And then you start... What has Utah Tech been doing the last couple of games that they've been winning? They've been slashing, getting to the rim. If it's not there, they're kicking out, they're hitting threes. That's hard to do against a 7-footer. It reminds me of the 2 losses they had down in Riverside earlier this year when they have those twin towers on the court for the Lancers. And those are tougher bunnies, tougher floaters, tougher shots when you're playing against a 7-footer.
Yeah.
And he played, Kai Burdick played 31 minutes. That's a season high for Kai Burdick. So I don't know. I'm not going to agree with you all the way in a rivalry game that's not a dangerous team that Utah Tech just lost to.
I wouldn't say dangerous team. This is a 1-out team in the WAC tournament.
You don't know that.
I think so.
You
if
don't
you want
know
to
that.
bet on it, we can bet on it.
Wow. Salty this morning.
I mean, I just feel bad for Utah Tech. They had a chance to win the conference, and they blew it by losing to SUU. I mean, one of the worst teams in the WAC.
You're looking at this completely wrong. This is what I hate about you.
Okay.
You come in here on a Monday morning poo-pooing on everything, all grumpy pants. Winning the WAC regular season doesn't mean nothing. Oh, then why did you just say what you just said?
Seeding matters.
They're guaranteed
gonna
a top 3 seed.
I know. You could have been the 1 seed and playing SUU in the first round.
Look, I don't want to play my rival in the first round.
Of course. You don't want to play one of the worst record overall in the WAC in the first round.
What did you have for
10 and
breakfast?
19.
Did somebody poop in your pancakes? Like, what is going on this
They're
morning?
10 and 19. It was a horrible loss. I'm just trying to encapsulate that for the listener who didn't see the game.
It's a
this
rivalry.
is a loss to be disappointed about, dude.
Not the way you're saying it, though. You're making it sound like it's the end of the world.
For the regular season title, it is.
Is it a good win for SUU?
Yes.
Because if it's a bad win for Utah Tech, it must be a good win. Can we get some positive tune out of Pauly here?
It is. It's a good win for SUU.
You just called them a bad team. The worst team in the conference.
They've won 10 games this year.
Yeah.
Can we call a spade, not sugarcoat? They're bad.
They're not winning a lot of games.
Yes, they are bad. And they beat Utah Tech handily, which is, in my mind, a bad loss. Mm-hmm. Whether you want to sugarcoat or spin it the way you want, I'm not. This morning, I'm upset about Utah Tech basketball. They had a golden opportunity that they forfeited by losing to SUU.
They haven't lost that. That's what I'm frustrated at, is they haven't lost that opportunity.
They're going to the WAC tournament. I'm not saying their invite got taken away.
The only thing that matters is
seeding.
I don't know if it being the 2 or the 3 makes that big a difference.
I think it does.
I don't think so. I really don't. Not with this few of team. Now, if you're talking about the Big 12 tournament, seeding matters. You get 2 byes before you even got to play a game.
Yeah.
Not in the WAC tournament. The top seed gets the bye. So you're right. They missed the opportunity to get the 1 seed and get the bye, assuming Utah Valley plays in the tournament, which we still don't have assurance on.
That's right.
So of all the years, I understand where you're coming from, but all of the years to where this conversation doesn't hold much weight, it's this year because it's such a weak field in the WAC and there's so few of teams. So that's where I disagree with you. I disagree that this is a catastrophic loss the way you're spinning it, because winning the WAC tournament is the only thing that matters. And yes, you might not have a bye in the first round. Sometimes that can work out. Sometimes that backfires. I don't think that's as big a deal as you make it sound to be. But a 14-point loss on the road where you slept in your own bed, you zipped up the freeway, Juice Holt had a career high. I'll agree with you. It's not a good look. It's frustration.
Yes.
Yeah. But on the other side, though, I don't know how much SUU basketball you've watched, but they've got some young, nice pieces.
I know, but I've seen them play.
Your boy Cottrell has been the disappointment for me.
Yeah, and
like he should be better.
That's the guys that they're getting. Duvall's a nice player. Hayhurst is a nice player. Farrow's a nice player. But a lot of the pieces that round out that team are just not very good. I've seen Isaiah Cottrell since he was a freshman in Morgantown. He's been awful his whole career.
Yeah.
And he's kind of trying to make face and save it at SUU, but he hasn't been good this year. I just really disappointed with Utah Tech. I thought realistically this was an easy W for them.
Yeah.
And it blew me away that they got house.
Man, I think Paul is cranky this morning, Tara. What do you think? I mean, goodness, we turned the corner to March. We're all fired up. It's a new week
Spring
of the
is
show.
sprung and all that good
Olympics
stuff.
are done. The scouting combine's done. So he's salty. He can't watch bobsledding anymore.
That's right. I'm salty.
Oh, my goodness. College hoops is front and center. And I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I'm stoked. I can't wait for the conference championships. I can't wait for March Madness. This is one of my favorite times of the year. Get fired up about this time of year.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, Paulie does too.
I'm already fired up for you, baby.
Yeah.
Want these Trailblazers to make the tournament, and they're walking a fine line right now. I'll just say that, Being the one seed would have been important. I'm just saying that. The one seed and having the winner take all game against Utah Valley
Utah
at
Valley
home.
doesn't even play in the conference tournament, which the judge put a 14-day stay on, which is going to be days before the conference WAC tournament.
Still behind Cal
then
Baptist.
Nobody's even going to get a bye. There's not going to be a bye because there's only going to be 6 teams. The bye will go away.
Yeah.
We won't know that. I mean, I've stood to the same argument that they will play.
Yes, you have.
But we don't know. We don't know that for a surety still to this point in time after last Friday's judge ruling.
There's nothing that's sure thing in that case, and I would assume I've always thought they probably won't. So you're the one who's kind of maintained that the judge will let the kids play and stuff, but we'll see. We'll just wait and see. I mean, there might not be a bye like you're saying, and it might be all for naught. And this whole rant would be for naught. But still, take away the fact that they look lifeless for a large majority of that game.
They did give up a Sports Center top 10 play. It came in at number 2. Here is that dunk. If you missed Sports Center, you missed the social media posts. If you missed this over the weekend, maybe you were out fishing. I don't know what you were doing, out golfing, whatever you were doing. This was a monster one-handed slam.
I don't know. Sharks win 5-4. Kick saving a Butte. Number 2, Utah Tech in Southern Utah, Elijah Duvall. Cleared for takeoff. My goodness. That got an O from the brother running prompter in the back.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Who was that? The color guy with McLaughlin?
I think he was talking about on the set, on the Sports Center set.
It was go from back in the back of them.
The prod guy, yeah.
He hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it, so he was probably blown away. And that was quite the play.
It was. It got the crowd fired up.
Duvall's got bunnies.
He does.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Number 2, you don't see SUU basketball number 2 Sports Center top 10. In a rivalry game, that's. I mean, Ethan Potter on the wrong side of that poster.
Yeah, he was
on the wrong side of that poster. My goodness, 81-67. That was a bad loss if you ask Prediction Volley this morning for Utah Tech.
It was.
It was.
It was. Can I at least you get an agreement in that it was a bad loss?
Any loss is a bad loss. But when you lose to your rival on their home court in the 3rd game of the regular season, which you normally would never play because there's so few teams in the WACs, it doesn't have as bad a loss written on it as you seem to make it appear.
But this isn't a 7-win season where both teams are playing for the last spot in the WAC tournament. This is a good season for Utah Tech, a bad season for SUU. Like this should have been a game you win. You know, that's just what I think. But I think they.
So what happens? What happens if they bounce back and SUU beats UVU and say even Utah Tech beats UVU on Saturday? Then what's your stance go to? I'm just curious, thinking ahead here.
We're all going to be big SUU fans.
Yeah, we're rooting
UVU.
for SUU.
On what, Thursday? Is that when they play?
We are rooting for them.
Yeah.
But I don't think they'll win. UVU at home, or is that in Cedar?
Yeah,
it's in Cedar.
In Cedar. Yeah. Okay. Well, they got a little bit of a chance, I think, to maybe upset the Wolverines. But
I mean. The thing about SUU in conference play at home, for some about the AFEC, they are 7-4. So it's not like they haven't won WAC conference games at home.
Right.
Away is where they are 2-15 this year.
Yeah.
They just can't win on the road. I don't know if it's the youth of the team or if it's the travel or if somebody's giving him Michael Jordan's pizza. I mean, I don't get it.
I mean, it was a single-digit win overall team going into this game, and you lost. It's the same way I felt about West Virginia losing at home to Utah. It was just a single-digit win team, 2 wins in the Big 12. Just you can't lose that game.
It's just basketball, though.
I know.
Teams get hot.
I know.
Guys have career nights.
Sure.
That's why they play a best-of-7 playoff series.
Not in college, though. Never have been a series in
but
college.
I'm just giving you another angle to think about here.
I get it.
You're putting a lot of onus on one game.
I mean, it could be kind of a precursor of what's to come.
Yeah.
Which you could. That's my fear.
Like, does it make Utah Tech look beatable? Yes. Does it go? Maybe they're not as ready as you thought, or I thought, or we hoped they would be to make a run to the NCAA tournament.
A 20-win team challenging for the number 1 seed in the WAC. After that loss, I don't see them winning 20 games in the regular season, and I don't see them winning the 1 seed.
They can't. They only have 2 games. They only have 1 game left. They can't win 20 games.
That's right.
So they'll have to do that at the conference tournament to get to 20.
So I just had higher hopes, I guess I'm saying. That's why I'm so frustrated with that loss. Is it really was a humbling loss for Utah Tech. I don't think they've had a loss this bad all year. So that's really my thought.
I don't know. They had beat SUU the first game of the season by 14. They had beaten them by 11 in the second game of the season, but those were both in St. George at the Burns Arena. And then they lose by 14. They haven't played a close game this year.
No.
Both all 3 games have been double-digit wins. None have went down to the wire. The last really, really close game was February of 2025 when it was 76-74 and SUU won at the AFEC last year.
Yeah.
So they won again at home. I mean, I'm looking at the matchup history. I mean, aside from winning in St. George, 75-65. I'm trying to find that game in St. George that SUU won. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. Of the 12 games they have played since 2020.
Yeah. I'm not a big series history guy, though. I don't think that has anything to do with what happens on the court.
You don't look at trends.
That
you don't
doesn't
see
matter.
Everybody winning.
Larry Olienka and Cam Gooden and those guys have no bearing on this team.
Yeah,
no matter,
it's totally different.
It's totally different. The series record means nothing. What happened on the court in Cedar on Saturday had nothing to do with Larry Olienka, Cam Gooden, and all these old players of the past that lost to SUU. So, I mean, I'm just saying.
You don't see trends in sports and buy into trends in sports.
I don't.
You don't think that a good home team is a good home team? Come on, dude.
I think rivalry is like trends, definitely, because it is a rivalry game.
Come on.
Yeah, the rivalry is like the only thing I give him. I give her that. But other than that, this was a 9-win team, and you lost by 14.
No, they're not. They're a 10-win team. They won.
You're right. You're right. They got
Get it
10
right.
now.
Wow. Walked into a buzzsaw here this morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, baby.
You know what? Sometime, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah.
But my thing is I was sitting there and I was frustrated watching the game, and I was like, because we're an affiliate for Utah Tech, but look, I got a son that goes to SUU. I like the T-Birds. I don't even know how I feel about it. And if they're both vying for the same seed and stuff, great. But this was 2 different teams going 2 different directions, I think is your point.
Yes.
And so I get the frustration. I'm sure John Judkins would echo some of your frustrations, not to maybe the nth degree like you're going to. But
put it in. Here's the best way I can encapsulate it in one statement. Utah Tech has 11 league wins. SU has 10 overall wins. How can I stress this even more?
Rivalry game at home.
Third
time playing a team.
All right.
Third
time.
And SU had nothing to lose. They just wanted to be the wrecking
I'll be
ball.
honest
and they
with
did that.
you. The odds makers had this Utah Tech by 2. That was it. They thought it was going to be close. How does Vegas think it's close, but you think it wasn't going to be close?
It's really 5-point favorite because you get 3 points at home as well. So Utah Tech really was a 5-point favorite if you take away the home court advantage for SUU. So
I'm talking about the line from Saturday.
I know. If you take away the 3 points you get for home, which every team gets by the books for the most part, then Utah Tech is a 5-point favorite. If they played this game on a neutral court, Utah Tech would be a 5-6 point favorite in the game. The only reason they were a 2-point favorite is because it was in SUU, at SUU, you know?
Well, they thought it was going to be close.
They did think it was going to be close.
Did you not think it was going to be close?
I thought Utah Tech was going to win outright. So they
salty.
Yeah.
Salty.
Just disappointing. Disappointing.
I guess so. I don't even know where to go with this. We could argue about this on and on and on. Do we have Rob Jeter? Do we have some comments from Jeter? I need to hear from somebody other than Paul on this game.
Do you know where you wanted it at?
No, I was just looking for a clip. It was just his post-game comments. We'll circle back to that a little bit later. We've already got to take a break. I got to catch my breath, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if we can cheer Paul up when we come back. It's very unlikely, unless we talk about West Virginia basketball. But even then, they weren't supposed to win over the weekend.
They weren't, but they did.
Oh, I don't even know if he's going to be excited or not about that. We'll find out next. Just the drive off and running inside the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Show today, an opening rant brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Hey, welcome back on a Monday show today, brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Coral Canyon Golf Course is fantastic. Went out and played last weekend and absolutely dialed in. The course is so good right now. From the tee boxes to the bunkers to the greens to the fairways, all perfect conditions to get out and play. Great golf for a great price. They've got dynamic pricing, so check on coralcanyongolf.com to see when the most affordable time to play is. It's all based on availability, so plan ahead and book your tee times. You can call the pro shop, 435-688-1700, and Coral Canyon brings you a little big deal. No big deal. We only do this segment on a Monday, recapping all the stories from the weekend.
All right, let's get it started. I'm in a better mood already. Big deal, no big deal. Here we go.
All right. There's a smile now in the studio.
Yeah, that's right.
You see that, TA? There's a smile.
All right, after a 24-31 campaign a year ago, Coach Fate and the Utah Tech baseball team are off to an 11-1 start with late-inning heroics to beat Northern Colorado in Grand Slam fashion. Let's take a listen to our man Rod Zundel on the call.
That's hit deep to left field, going back, and it is gone! A walk-off grand slam for Gavin Glasgow.
Wow.
11-1 these boys are.
Believe what you just saw. Home run of the season.
That's got the cooler out there and everything. They're going wild. I love it.
Wearing the Sunday Reds.
Yeah.
6-4 the final. That Grand Slam helped Utah Tech sweep Northern Colorado. It'll be a future Big Sky opponent. Gavin Glasgow.
Yeah. Big
Walk
heroics.
off.
Yeah.
One out in the ninth there with a man on second. So, the bases were Chuck. That's right.
Yeah, it
So
was a grand slam.
That's right. So that was an amazing stretch of just persistence, and Utah Tech in the early season, 11-1. I mean, I don't know the record through 12 games last year, but I know it was an 11-1.
11-1 is the program's best start during their brief time as an NCAA Division I program.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's the second best in the program's 4-year era. They were 2013 when they were a Division II team. They started 12-1, so they had one more win. The 10-1 was the best in 2016 prior to the 11-1 start. So it's a good start. It's a good start. Petey Soto, I was down there for game one of this series on Friday night. I went and watched game one of this series. And, they made some really good swings, man. Up and down this lineup, they got guys that can swing the bat.
Yeah.
So kind of exciting. They're only halfway through because they've got an 8-game homestand right now, so they got Austin P coming in.
Yeah, the Govs.
The Govs are going to be coming into Bruce
Governor.
Hurst. Yes. Ryan Kropel's been awesome. Mace Madsen, the freshman out of Lehigh, has been great. Kyle McDaniel's been legit. Petey Soto out of Crimson Cliffs High School is a dude. Like, every time he goes to the plate, you think something good is going to happen. He has been really, really solid so far this year for Coach Fatenauer. So it could be a really good it could be a really special season brewing. I mean, they had that run in the WAC tournament last year that I think that momentum spilled over. They got a new pitching coach this year. Early returns on that seem good. Yeah. Although, probably giving up a little more few runs than Coach Fate would like. But the bats, I mean, you got guys all over the lineup hitting the crap out of the ball.
Yeah.
Petey's hitting 381 through 12 games. Kyle McDaniel's hitting 400 on the button.
Really?
Ty Johnson, 346. Miller Durham is hitting 340.
Wow.
Case Naoni hitting 375. Like, they got guys swinging it right now.
They're all going deep, yeah.
They're swinging it. So I will go big deal that start. Obviously, baseball, you have to temper your excitement level a little bit because it's such a long season. Yes. You're going to play 50 games. Right. So you've played a 50-year games, and you love what you've done so far. But tough matchups, playing a home-and-home with BYU, home-and-home with Utah. They haven't played a single conference game yet. And you don't know how good Riverside's going to be. You don't know how good Pacific or Northern Colorado are going to be. But you're still doing what you're supposed to do, and that's go beat the teams in front of you on the schedule. So you can't help but be excited about the start for Coach Fate and the fellas down at the Yard.
That's right. Real excited about what they're doing down there. Can't wait to get to a game. All right.
This weekend. You can go.
Yeah, that's right. I'll see if I can check in. All right, let's go to the next one. The votes are in. The all Region 9 boys basketball teams have been released, and the first team is as follows. Once I can get this up here. Yes, here we go. The region MVP, much talked about, is Crimson senior Travis Murdoch. The region defensive MVP is Jelani Ojegba from Pineview. The first team all region is made up of
Jelani Ojegba's MVP?
Defensive MVP.
Oh, defensive MVP.
Yes. First team all region. Brigham Kemp, Hurricane, Colin Simmons, Dixie, Reggie Mackey, Snow Canyon, Cooper Ranson, Pineview, and McKay Lindquist, Crimson Cliff. Second team, Caleb Schmidt from Pineview, Ty Rowley from Cedar, Asher Blair from Hurricane, Netta Twifa from Desert Hills, and Britton Phillips from Crimson Cliffs. And the third team as follows: Nate Tueller, Pineview, Asher Spence, Dixie, Clyde Barrett, Hurricane, Dylan Luke, Snow Canyon, and Jack Openshaw, Desert Hills. That was your first through third teams and the two MVPs.
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of a big deal. Brigham Kemp's not the MVP.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
A little bit of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is if you just want, my opinion on it. Like, I love Travis Murdoch. I think he's a terrific player. I think he's going to play junior college basketball somewhere and have a chance to keep getting bigger and stronger. He's a very cerebral player. He's unselfish. I think he deserves a lot of credit. They were outright region champs, and history has shown us when you win the region title outright, you have the MVP. This is a regular season award. It's not a postseason award.
Yeah.
We saw the girls put their all-region stuff out before the quarterfinals of the state tournament.
I like that. That's good. Not let the voters and coaches be kind of tainted by the playoffs at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I just thought, the almost nearly 24 points a game, Brigham Kemp.
Yeah.
6 rebounds, 4.5 steals.
Yeah.
4 assists.
Sure.
I just, Murdoch more rebounds. But
that was the
more
only
blocks,
thing that Murdoch led in.
But yeah, and the problem is McKay Lindquist and Travis Murdoch kind of split the scoring up for Hurricane. They didn't have like a super. They had 2 really good stars on that team. They both averaged 15 points a game.
Yeah, and
so that scoring, one night Trav would go for 25, and the next night Mac would go for 24. They were like they ham and egging it, so to speak.
Yeah,
where
Brigham Kemp, 15.3 points per game, 5.9 rebounds per game. 1.8 assists per game, and no steals of record, blocks, averaged 0.2 per game. So I think
he had to change. Here's what I appreciate about Travis Murdoch. He had to change. Last year he played more of a shooting role. Remember, he took a lot of 3-pointers. He was more of a stretch 4 or a swing 3 player. This year, he really, truly had to be the 5. Because even though Britton Phillips is just as tall as him, Britton was more of a swing player, too, than he was a 5. So Trav had to go down and bang with all the bigs in the region. He hung. Yeah. And I thought he was very important to this Crimson team. So I don't want to discount that.
Yeah.
But I think most people know that Brigham Kemp had an unbelievable season.
Yeah.
And if Hurricane wins the Region 9 title, sure, he's the MVP. I still thought maybe enough of the coaches would vote for Brigham Kemp that he could still be the MVP, not on the region champ. But I guess maybe I don't understand the rules for the voting.
Well, the sad part is I knew that this was going to happen. I was kind of, if we had a vote, I would have voted for Kemp as well. Just the statistical production is undeniable. Right. He averages more rebounds than Murdoch, who's taller than him. By a good margin. So, I mean, he's a better rebounder, better assist man, better steal man, better point man. Like, it was a no-brainer to me. But I get it. It always goes the region champ, best kid on the team, and that's kind of how it goes.
You could have made a case for, if you would have had the fan vote involved and say you had one player from every team nominated, or it would have been very interesting to see what that vote came out with. Because there would be some people that said without Reggie Mackey on that Snow Canyon team, they don't win. They win 10 less games. Mm-hmm. Without Brigham Kemp, though, on that team, how many games less does Hurricane win?
Right.
Same could be said about Colin Simmons. Same could be said about Jelani Ojegba. Same could be said about Netta Twifa or whoever at Desert Hills. Cedar, same conversation.
But I think to that exact point, I think Crimson has another guy who could shoulder the load better than Kemp, better than Simmons, better than all these guys. You take away Murdoch from Crimson, you still got Lindquist. You still got him to kind of
Phillips, who's an all-region guy.
Yeah, I'm just talking stars. Like, I think you still got Lindquist as a star on your team. The other teams, you take away Mackey, Simmons, Kemp. Their teams are a little in worse shape, I think, than Crimson would be.
Look, this is the coach's vote. I don't know the parameters that the coaches are instructed to vote.
Well, it's clearly not off of stats.
Yeah, it isn't off of stats.
No, it's based on order of finish, how many slots you get, and then there's a voting process. I'm just not quite glued into exactly how the voting process goes. I don't know if you might not be able to vote for your own guy. But at the end of the day, look, Crimson was outright region champs. Travis Murdoch is a great player. I'm not going to rain on that parade.
No, he's a great player.
But I think most people realize that if the Fan Sports Network or ESPN Radio or the Spectrum or St. George News, you got all the media in town and you took a vote. Yeah. I think Brigham Kemp would probably win that vote as the Region 9 MVP.
I think so.
Without the constraints or the rules of how the voting process works. But I have no problem with Travis Murdoch. I don't want to take anything away from Travis.
No, it's just that, he got
it goes to the best player on the best team. So that ended up being Travis Murdoch.
Yeah. And congratulations to him for sure.
Yeah.
Great win for him.
And do you think Brigham cares? I mean, I saw Brigham walking out of the arena. They had one thing on their mind, that was state championship.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, maybe, going back 20, 30 years from now, I was Region 9 MVP. He might be able to tell his grandkids some stories about that or something. But true. I don't really think that big a deal for him.
Probably not.
It's nice to get some accolades, though.
Yeah.
It really is. Okay.
All right, let's go to the next one here. All right, how about this? BYU is in code red, losing 2 straight games to unranked opponents, the last one being a 79-71 loss at Morgantown to West Virginia, and they have lost 8 out of their last 12 games. Their latest seed projection is a 6 seed. Big deal, no big deal. BYU is floundering at this point in the season.
I mean, did you expect anything else with the injuries that they've had?
They still got the Naismith Player of the Year potentially, and they're still cobbling together a terrible stretch here. I mean, UCF at home, that's a bad loss. That was this week. Then you go to Morgantown.
I don't know. The UCF is top 8 in the conference standings. It's not a bad loss. The Big 12 is a deep basketball conference. You make that sound worse than that is.
UCF's a bubble team.
They swept both Utah and BYU. They had a good trip out to Utah.
They did have a good trip to Utah, but they're still a team that hasn't beaten anybody in the tops of the league other than, I believe.
They've got 2 guys. You're playing 2-on-5. The supporting cast for BYU right now behind Rob Wright and AJ DeBonza is not good. It's not really. Kiva Kate playing like a lumberjack right now. Kennard Davis looks like he doesn't belong on the court with some of these other athletes. I thought he would be better. Yeah. Boscovich, the list goes on and on and on. This is not a deep roster without Dawson Baker and Richie Saunders. Those 2 guys are instrumental in making BYU a national championship contender. Without those 2 guys, you're a middle of the pack Big 12 team. Now, that said, they still got a chance to make a run in the Big 12 tournament and lean on DeBonza and make some things happen and improve their seed line. So all is not lost for BYU basketball, but certainly heading in the wrong direction quickly.
Yeah. And when you take away DeBonza, he had, I believe, 12 points at halftime against West Virginia. They just don't really have a chance to win. Unless he's doing something special, going for 25 to 35 points, they're not going to win many games.
They got another chance against a tournament team now in Cincinnati tomorrow to get things on track. Right now, in the latest Joey brackets, I think he has Cincinnati just in, which is new this week.
That's right.
With the new bracketology that just came out. We'll take a peek at that a little.
Cincinnati beat Kansas in the fog. They've had some good wins lately. It is senior night for BYU at the Marriott Center coming up. So it's a massive game. I mean, if they lose this game, they're tied with West Virginia right now at 8-8 in the Big 12. So that is a massive swing game for the Big 12 tournament because one team's going to get a bye and one team is going to have to play a day earlier. So I think BYU needs the bye. This is a banged-up team. They're missing one of their big three, of course. The rest of the team, Kiba Keita looked really kind of out of sorts.
Playing with an injury on his hand, but I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, he just did not look good on Saturday against West Virginia. 9 points. Really got dominated by some lesser bigs from West Virginia as well. So, an 18 offensive rebounds for the Mountaineers. You're not going to win many games when you allow 18 offensive rebounds. So, tough game for BYU. I say it's time to hit the panic button a little bit because you've lost 8 of 12. This is not a team not playing good basketball right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of Cougar fans are kind of seeing the writing on the wall that this is not going to be the run that they thought before the season started. And I have to agree with that. Unless DeBonza can just turn on the Jets and do something extraordinary in the NCAA tournament, BYU could be one and done, or maybe they win one and they get knocked out, don't even reach the Sweet 16. I mean, right now it looks like they're going to be like that 7, 8, 9, 10 seed where you're playing somebody else pretty good in that first round.
Yeah, you don't want the 8-9 or the 7-10, and that looks like where they're headed.
Yeah.
So BYU basketball. Do they go farther than last year? They went to the Sweet 16 last year.
And just about every Cougar fan
would have said yes. Every Cougar fan.
100%.
But now you say, I don't think so.
I don't think assuredly say that. No.
I don't think they make it to the second weekend. I think they either lose in round 1 or 2.
Yep.
So
just
the way this season's been going.
They're just playing the eyeball test right now. That's how they look. They just don't look like a complete, talented team. It's a completely different team than we saw, in the first 10, 12 games of the season. Yeah. Well, dude, I don't think people realize how I keep saying Dawson Baker too, because I don't think people realize how much of a loss that was because you still had Richie. You still had a big three.
Yeah.
And now when you don't, now you're down to your dynamic duo and a bunch of bums. Now, missing 2 guys seems even bigger than just one. That's how I see it. I think Dawson and Richie are the kicker. Because with Richie, you still had a chance. With both of those guys out, you're pretty depleted. Your bench is not playing good enough. By the way, BYU is the 9 seed and Utah is the 8 seed in the women's Big 12 championship coming up. That starts this week out at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. The men finish up this week, and then they'll have their conference tournament.
So 3-way tie for that last spot of the bye in the Big 12 tournament. West Virginia with 2 games remaining, UCF and Kansas State. Both games, one on the road at Kansas State, one at home. BYU's final game is going to be senior night against Cincinnati and then home to Texas Tech. So they've got 2 games left. And then lastly, the Cincinnati Bearcats have got a couple games as well. They've got the BYU Cougars and then end the season on the road at TCU. So those are your final game scenarios for all 3 teams and running for that 8 seed in the Big 12 tournament.
Gotcha.
All right, let's go to the next one here. Sonny Styles is your 2026 Combine Freak. 4.4 740, 11.2 broad jump, 43.5-inch vertical, which is number 1 among linebackers all time at the Combine. He did that all while measuring 6'5", 245 pounds. Big deal, no big deal. Sonny Styles is your fast riser from the Combine.
Sure, I'll buy that. I mean, there's a lot of guys that had. I heard Jack Kelly from BYU had a really good camp. There was, some linemen that had really good camps. The receivers stood out to me. That Chris Brazel from Tennessee, the Branch kid from Georgia. I watched a lot of the quarterback stuff. I think Nussmeier looked the best to me of the guys that threw. There was some other guys that I didn't think necessarily threw that well out there. the kid from Texas Tech. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like, I didn't think he showed out very well at all at the combine from what I could tell. I didn't watch this. I mean, it's 5 days in Indianapolis, you know. You're
it's
out,
long.
I mean, everybody's out there on Radio Row, and then everybody's back in studio today. I didn't watch the entire. I caught bits and pieces of each position group, but there was. But Sonny Styles obviously is going to be the number 2 pick, number 3 pick in the NFL draft.
He's definitely gone from like a fringe top 5 to a definite top 5 after this combine appearance. And one of my other main reasons I love Sonny Styles. I hope the Skins take him. I think he could be like a Sean Taylor mold. He used to play safety, bulked up, moved to linebacker. I've been reading a lot about his story. And then one of the cool things as well is where he gets the nickname Sonny from, which is an unlikely source, but his mom said, quote, he had such a hot temper, so we named him after Sonny from The Godfather.
Oh,
because when him and Lil Lorenzo would get in an argument, he would get so mad, he would go from 0 to 10 in a blink of an eye, so his nickname became Sonny. So any fans of The Godfather, which I am, I got to like that nickname for Sonny Styles. So I think he's going to be a great player for somebody, but I think just out of the reaches of my team at number 7, I think he's going top 5.
Yeah.
So, but what a combine performance from Sonny.
Yeah, there was a couple of big performances. A lot of fun. Hey, by the way, I did get some clarification on how the Region 9 voting goes. Paulie, you ready for this to wrap up?
Yeah.
The coaches were able to vote for anyone they wanted for MVP.
I see.
But you can't vote for your own guy. But I think what the coaches determined is winning matters. Crimson took 4th in region, first in region, and Hurricane took 4th in region.
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably the difference as to why Travis Murdoch was named MVP and not Brigham Kemp, is because this is a regular season award, and one team was first and the other team was 4th.
That's right.
Fair.
It's fair. Coach Stout said on this show he didn't care really about the region title, though.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I think everybody would trade a region title for a state title all day long. It's
even
why it's
an
on Sunday.
appearance in a state title, not even winning,
Which is what
just an
Hurricane
appearance. Yeah, they had an appearance.
And look, it's hard not to take into account. We call all Brigham State quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals games. I mean, you take his. What do you have in the state championship game? 25, 24?
Yeah.
You take that off the board, and Hurricane didn't even get to 20 points.
Yeah.
And it's crazy just because Brigham kind of ended Crimson's season as well. He had 17 in the first half of that game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me.
He had 20, only 3 in the second half,
But pretty much played him out of the game in the first half.
Sure.
So I don't know. It's hard. It's hard, but congrats to Travis Murdoch.
All right, got to take a break. We're back in a flash. It's The Drive. Stick with us on a Monday. Welcome back, everybody. It's The Drive on the Fan Sports Network. Yes, nothing like a little Fallout Boy segue in hour one into hour two. Final segment for us here on a Monday morning show today, brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. And if you're tired all the time, if your strength isn't what it used to be, if you've looked in the mirror and think, I got to get serious soon, well, don't let that soon turn into 6 months or a year or longer. Here's the truth. Most dad bods aren't from laziness. They're from busy schedules, no clear plan, trying to outwork bad systems. So Game Day Men's Health helping fix the system tonight. They're having a dad bod to built sustainable shred plan hosted by Ammon Shashansky, the Habit Fitness coach, tonight from 6 to 6:45. 45 minutes of your time. This is not a crash diet. This is not a 6-week challenge. This is not a 2-a-day workout grind. What it is you're going to get tips and training framework for busy dads, nutrition ideas that work in real life, a sustainable plan that you can actually stick to, and a clear path from soft and tired to strong and confident. 45 minutes, no fluff. Check it out tonight at Game Day Men's Health. Go to the website, or you can stop on by at 6 o'clock tonight, 1490 East, 4 Master Drive, number 250. They're on the second floor at the Coral Desert Medical Center. We got Paulie all fired up first hour, didn't we, TA?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
All I know
We're going to
is
have to call him Sonny.
all I know is
I got another nickname.
bad loss for Utah Tech and a bad win for SUU. That's all I learned in the first hour.
There you go. Glad you learned.
And then as far as the region MVP goes, I kind of feel like you wish the coaches would have went Brigham Kemp.
I mean, I feel like I'm not alone in that statement.
Yeah, I mean, I think winning matters. I think that's what the coaches took into account.
Yep.
It's a regular season award, and Crimson was outright region champs, and that's kind of how it always goes.
Yep.
What do they go, 10-2?
I've been doing this long enough. I should have known.
Yeah. I tried to warn you.
Yeah, you did.
I just didn't know if it would be Murdoch or Lindquist. Their stats were pretty equal.
Yeah.
But I would have been good with either one of them. Good stuff. Gosh, we got to get after some things second hour. We're getting into some Joey brackets, some Beehive bracketology. We've got lots to get into, seeding scenarios in the upcoming conference tournaments. Oh, it's March the 2nd. Can you believe you woke up this morning or yesterday morning? It's March. Guess what this weekend is, Paulie?
What's that?
It's the old Spring Forward.
It is already.
Yeah. I know you get excited about that.
I do. I get
I
excited.
hate this one.
Yeah, you lose an hour of sleep. You don't like that. Hour one of the books. We'll be back. Finley Hyundai Studios after a timeout. Welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive on a Monday morning. Devin, Dixon, Paul, Ratliff, Tara, Atkin. Show today brought to you by Zag. Don't zig, just zag. Get screen protectors that go over the front of your phone, over your camera. They come with a lifetime warranty. So if you drop it, if you scratch it, it scratches your protector instead of your actual phone. It's brilliant, and it will save you a ton of money in the long run. Stop by 2 St. George or 1 Cedar City Zag location and protect your phone better. Let's get to it and tell you what's trending and catch you up with what's going on around the water cooler. Some national stories and then a couple local stories. Sad headline, Paulie. Colorado football team mourning the death of one of their players. Buffalo's quarterback, Dominic Ponder, has died at 23. He was a sophomore from Florida, and, this is right ahead of the open of spring practice out in Boulder. You hate to see headlines like this, don't you?
Yeah, those are always the terrible ones that you never want to see.
Single car crash and fatal at the age of 23. Other headlines out there. The franchise tag has been placed on Mr. George Pickens.
Yeah.
Gonna guarantee a salary of $27.298 million if he chooses to play on the tag. The team still has till July 15th to get a long-term deal with Pickens finalized. 24-year-old had 93 catches for 1,429 yards and 9 touchdowns in his first season in Big D.
Pretty good season for him, and I thought he was going to be the highest paid receiver if he hit the open market, but it looks like he won't. He'll get that top 5 salary of the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL per the franchise tag, so good for him. I'll take you back to Saturday, Grand Canyon and Utah State. This was a really good game, back and forth towards the finish, but Utah State does win 74-69 to maintain their 1-game lead in the Mountain West, trying to get that Mountain West regular season title. And Jared Calhoun and the boys real close to doing it, just a few games to go as they win by 5 over Grand Canyon on Saturday in the Big 12. BYU falls for their 8th time in 12 games to West Virginia 79-71 in Morgantown. It was Rob Wright leading the way with 23 points for the Cougars, but it wasn't enough behind West Virginia's 18 offensive rebounds. Kevin Young commented in the postgame, not going to win many games when you do that. So they do fall to West Virginia in Morgantown, and on Saturday it was SUU defeating Utah Tech 81-67. We've kind of covered this game as Utah Tech fell at the AFEC.
Yeah, in case you missed it, number 2 Sports Center top 10. It came in at number 2. How about the freshman? What, from Delaware, right, Paulie? He's from Delaware.
He's from Delaware.
Give it a listen. This is on Sports Center, them showcasing Utah Tech at SUU, Elijah Duvall.
Number 2, Utah Tech in Southern Utah, Elijah Duvall. Cleared for takeoff. My goodness. That got an O from the brother running prompter in the back. Yeah. Shout out.
Pretty sweet dunk.
It is.
It was.
And it sounded like Rock'em Sock'em something from McLaughlin, so it was a pretty good call as well. In the background, I could hear a little bit of it, but it was quite the dunk to give him that great call for sure. Always love those as a play-by-play guy when you get one of those type plays. So.
The Utah Mammoth into their homestand on a down note. Utah lost 4-0 to the Blackhawks.
Yeah, really kind of puzzling loss. I watched the whole game really, and the Mammoth were never in it. Never really got competitive in this game as Soderblom for the Chicago Blackhawks pitched a shutout at the Delta Center.
Yeah.
The high-flying offense that we saw just on Saturday.
Right, beating the Wild.
Scoring all those goals against the Wild, and then they just lay an egg. So 4-0 loss as the Knights took a 5-0 loss to the Penguins in Pittsburgh as well.
Big shutouts yesterday. Yeah.
Tough for our local hockey teams.
Jazz are set to halt their 5-game lose streak, or are they? Utah will wrap up its homestand with a matchup with the Denver Nuggets. Jazz lost the first time they played Denver back in December, 135-112. Utah is 18-42 entering that game tonight.
Special Jazz-related guest at the Mammoth game on Saturday. Take a guess.
Special Jazz-related guest. So Ryan Smith had a player or a legend of the Utah Jazz in attendance?
More of a player, but...
More of a player?
Yeah.
Keontae George?
No, taking in his first ever hockey game was Mr. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Oh.
He was there in the
Was he
flesh.
limping?
He looked pretty healthy to me.
One other headline locally, RSL beat Seattle. RSL picked up their first win of the season, and the Claret Cobalt got the Sounders 2-1 at home on Saturday. I was telling Paulie, since you're going up to the Friday hockey game, I'm like, why don't you stay and go to that Saturday Seattle game against RSL and Seattle?
Sounders.
Yeah.
They go on the road next against Atlanta United. One other headline out of the Big 12 is the women's basketball bracket is set after the weekend, and the Big 12 will go 2 live games on Wednesday in Kansas City. 9th-seeded BYU will play the 16-seed Houston in round 1, and the winner of that game will then play the 8th-seeded Utah Runnin' Utes in the quarterfinals. So we could get a trilogy of BYU-Utah in women's basketball action. I've actually paid more attention this year to BYU women's basketball than I ever had in my whole life because of Olivia Hamlin.
That's right.
And they actually got Delaney Gibb and some other good players.
Yeah.
Delaney, of course, dating Yegor Dimon.
Oh, nice.
Who is now with the Nets.
Yeah, he's having a good year as well. Speaking of good years in the women's hoops realm, the Yukon Huskies completed another unbeaten season, 31-0, 20-0 in the Big East, as their star Ozzie Fudd has really been a superstar for them, and Ali Zabel. They both have been really carrying the Yukon Huskies as, wow, what a season. 47 straight games overall. They haven't lost since March 1st of last year.
Again, All Region came out Friday night about 6 o'clock or so. Your Region 9 MVP was Crimson Cliff's Travis Murdoch. Your Region 9 defensive MVP was tabbed as Pineview's Jelani Ojegba. First team All Region was Brigham Kemp, Colin Simmons, Reggie Mackey, Cooper Ranson, and McKay Lindquist. Second, third honorable mention also was announced as well. Congratulations to all the all-region basketball players locally. That, my friends, is your top 8 at 8. We'll take a break. We're rocking and rolling. Hour 2 on a Monday on the Fan Sports Network from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Yeah, it's almost baseball season, right? Who's that, Trace Atkins?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Wow, look at this.
Welcome back on the
Country in
drive.
your profile.
I asked for a little bit more
Oh, you
country
did ask.
He did.
a week ago, and Tara's mixing it in.
She is mixing it in.
Yeah. A couple other headlines real quickly we didn't get to. How about J.J. Redick winning for Michael Jordan 3 NASCAR races in a row?
Yeah.
Also, did you see the meltdown Shane Lowry had?
I did.
Echevarria ends up winning the Cognizant down in West Palm Beach, Florida, from over the weekend on the PGA Tour. Now, if you haven't heard, we got our Region 9 Baseball Media Day in the books, and we're going to hear from Chunter Nyberg and the Dixie Flyers. But first, a message from Paulie on how things are going with our friends over at Soda Weight Loss,
That's
Paulie.
right. And everyone out there listening right now, or scrolling on their phone, summer's sneaking up in those beach pictures. They don't wait. Imagine this. In just 3 months, you're 20, 30, even 40 pounds lighter. No hunger pains, no shots, no endless pills. Just real food, killer coaching from licensed nutritionists, and habits that actually stick for life. That's Soda Weight Loss for you. Forget those pricey monthly injections that keep you hooked forever. With Soda, you learn to eat right, burn fat, keep the weight off, and pocket the cash for that dream vacation instead. Don't wait till June. You're already behind. Call 866-800-SOTA or hit sodaweightloss.com online today. Join us for a short time. Get results that last a lifetime.
I love it. I love it. Soda Weight Loss, big time for Paulie, getting some great results.
Yeah.
And who knows, if you're one of those people that could let go of a few pounds, take Paulie's word for it and go to sodaweightloss.com.
13 last month pounds. So
Let's go.
We're moving, baby.
Let's go. All right, let's get to now all these are capsulated. They're all up on the fansportsnetwork.com. But if you did not see your favorite coach, your favorite team get the preview for the upcoming Region 9 baseball season, here's a little taste of it. It's all up on the fansportsnetwork.com as well as the Fan Sports Network YouTube page. But let's tell you what Coach Chunter Nyberg and the Flyers had to say when they stopped by the set last week.
Oh my gosh, Caden, so much fun.
Yeah,
Today was
so
fun.
much fun. Absolutely. It's always good to sit down with coaches and players. And
last segment.
listen,
Mics
we're
are still
jumping
on.
right into baseball season and spring sports. So for us, it's the world of sports just never stops.
I know we still got college basketball, March Madness, but for our high school coverage, we just finished up with the state tournament up in Ogden last Saturday. Here we are, a couple days later, getting you ready for baseball season. Teams start games.
Actually, that's the Region 9 recap where we did the preseason all-region and when we went into the predicted order of finish. That was kind of putting a bow on the day. We'll load up the correct spot. Again, if you want to watch any of your favorite teams, coaches, players, just head over to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com, or our YouTube page.
Baseball Media Day, Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster here on the Fan Sports Network. Glad you're joining us on the radio or the live stream. And the Dixie Flyers are in the building. And Coach Chunter Nyberg, we've got Weston Gilmore, Carson Hunt, Max Larkin, Louis Franco. We'll get to the players in a second. But Chunter coming off co-region championship last year. And, of course, your alma mater. Now you're coaching at Dixie High School. Here we go, another season. Give us an overall preview for how you guys are looking and an outlook on the Flyers this year.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, thanks for having us on here, Dev. It's always a pleasure to come in and give a preview and just kind of get the lay down on the season. So, Dixie's Dixie. You're getting the same thing you get year in, year out. Gritty kids, chippy, put the work in silence. You're going to get a handful when you play Dixie. So we're ready to go.
Talk about strengths. How's the pitching staff looking? I know you got these four guys that can carry the load offensively and defensively, but maybe some newcomers even that you're excited that we didn't see play varsity time last year.
Yeah, our junior class now, which was our sophomore class last year, was predominantly our starting group, and so we pretty much we had those 5 seniors last year that graduated, but we're stacked again. We got the one thing that we didn't have so much last year was the arms, and that's kind of what hurt us when we got late in the state tournament. It was kind of if one of those 4 or 5 arms didn't throw well, it was kind of flip a coin like, hey, what are we going to do? And we just don't have that problem this year. We probably got 10, 12, varsity arms that can go get outs. it's pretty much top to bottom. And as far as hitting goes, I mean, 1 through 9, we could smack the ball in a gap at any moment. So I told our players I've never been more excited for a team or a season. So,
and I don't want to make this a bigger storyline than it is, but a lot of people know you have the only female player in the state of Utah, the best of my knowledge, that's on your roster. Not only is she a good player, but I heard she's picked up some more velo this offseason.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty remarkable, to be honest. I mean, Jordan, she's just everything you want in a pitcher, just cool, calm, collected, doesn't walk people, which is always a bonus. And it's funny, I've had a handful, I won't name names, but I've had a handful of people, head coaches in the offseason, they're like, man, she shoved it against us, and like thinking it was she just threw good that day. And I'm like, she does that every time she gets the ball, so it's not just you. Every time she gets the ball, she just gets outs and finds ways to win. And obviously she's going to be a huge part of that staff for us. Yeah,
and I watched her raking the infield, taking care of the field. She just works her butt off. Pretty cool story. Let's bring in the players, and when we're not done with Chunner, we'll circle back to him for a few more questions. Dixie Flyers with us. Let's start with the MVP of the region last year, Mr. Carson Hunt. Tell us how the offseason's been for you and maybe some goals and some things you're looking forward to accomplishing this year.
It was good. I played golf this year, so it's just a little break.
Hold that mic up close to you.
Just played golf this year, let the body get a little break, got a little bigger and stronger, and then I think we all have the same goal here is to win the state championship. Like, we all want to hit the ball well. We're gonna be the team to beat. Like, we want to be that team.
Now, do you feel like, so last year, coming into the season, kind of an unknown for yourself, and obviously you ended up walking away with an MVP. Now personally, that means that maybe there's a target on your back a little bit as one of the better players in Region 9. How do you improve from what you did last year? Since you already had an incredible year last year, how are you going to get better at this year?
I mean, it's always good to have a goal to be better, but it's more of a team. Like, as long as we improve as a team, I think I improve as a player.
Hit 478 last year, over 40 RBIs. OBP was great. Power numbers were great. Pitching-wise, do you feel like you picked up some velo? Because you're probably going to see some time on the mound, I'm assuming, again this year, just like you did last year.
Yeah, I feel like I've came along a little bit as a pitcher, too. Like, I feel like I have a little more velo than I did last year, just putting the pieces together.
Love it. How's that pitcher-catcher relationship been in camp so far?
I think it's been good. Like, we've had to go through a couple of different catchers, but I think we've all kind of figured out, who we want to be back there, or even if there is a switch, we had that connection with all the catchers where it doesn't matter.
Love it. Carson Hunt, everybody hanging out with us here. Let's bring in Max, hand the mic back to Max. Kind of one of my mighty mites in Region 9, and that's a good thing, buddy. You just get it done. How excited are you to get out there and make a run at the title again?
I don't think there's really words that can explain. I'm crazy excited. I've been waiting for a whole year. It's gone by fast, but I'm ready to go.
With how good Region 9 is at baseball, is there a matchup that you are specifically looking forward to in the region?
Everyone but probably Snow Canyon.
Yeah. Crimson and Snow Canyon obviously played for the title last year. Do you guys feel like you can kind of sneak under the radar a little bit this year, Max, and maybe surprise some teams, kind of embrace that underdog role a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like we're definitely an underdog this year. I feel like people don't know what we have, and I think we're ready to go.
What's the one thing you worked the hardest on in the offseason to become a more well-rounded baseball player?
Probably my mental game. I feel like my mental game is the best it's ever been. I feel like that's what I liked last year, but I have it this year.
Love it. Max Larkin, everybody. Let's bring in Louie. Pass the mic over there. What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. Just a lot of baseball.
I know. How many games did you play in the offseason? Do you have a number? Or is it...
I don't know. I played a decent amount, but I wrestled a lot too. So I was gone for most of the off season.
How much does wrestling help you with baseball? I mean, maybe it goes into what Max was saying a little bit with the mental.
Yeah, I feel a lot better about my mental game, but it's just
your coach was a heck of a wrestler back in the day.
Yeah.
Has he reminded you some of the stories?
Yeah.
They get better every year. Wait, what's the goal for you this year? I mean, you want to hit a certain number at that plate, a certain number of dingers?
Just dog pile, win state.
The goal is the dog pile.
I like it.
Quote of the day.
Well, it seems like you guys right now are very much in this team mentality vibe, right? So tell me a little bit about that, because it just seems like you guys are really set on this is all about the team, and personal accolades, set those aside. I just want to do what's best for the team. Is that kind of what it seems like the identity has already been just this short way into the season?
Yeah, I feel like we have a really close team. We're all just like brothers. We hang out off the field. On the field, we're close. It's just we got a good team this year.
Let's bring in Weston for a second. Weston, what do you guys do when you're not playing baseball? When you're hanging out, like, who's the best video game player? Do you guys go a certain hike? Like, what are you guys doing nowadays in St. George, Utah, for some team building outside of the yard at Dixie High School?
Usually it's bowling.
Bowling.
I love bowling.
Okay.
You got the best score.
I do. In Vegas, I used to bowl like in tournaments, so I have my own ball and shoes and everything, and I like bowling a lot.
Remind me not to bet you in bowling then.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. What's your best score ever?
245.
That's good.
Solid.
That's good. What about for you? Give me the excitement level. Give me some goals, some expectations for you later, whether it's out there in the outfield, whatever.
Just do the best I can. I know if I think highly of myself, I will do highly. And just win it for the team. Yeah, I'm very excited, ready to go.
One more question. You guys have the same barber in the back row? You guys all go see the same? Looks like you all got a similar do going. Obviously, Mr. Franco's a little longer, but
Yeah, we do. We all wanted to do it, just a team thing, and every year we basically just bleach our heads, and yeah.
I love it. Did Coach in on that too? We can't tell because he's got a hat on.
He will.
He will. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to do that.
Yeah.
All right. Loving it. Let's go back to Coach Nyberg here and some final thoughts. Man, you got the guys look poised, the team concept I'm hearing. What's the message in the offseason been? It sounds like it's been all about the team.
Yeah, I mean, Louis Franco nailed it on the head. It's all about the dog pile. And, you bring up the underdog mentality, the this, the that. I really want to change that culture. I feel year in and year out, Dixie's just a little bit slept on, and as far as rankings and noise and chatter, we don't really pay attention to that. But there is this underlining feeling that, we've earned that right to be, recognized. And, if someone's going to say they're not feared by the Dixie Flyers when we go to the ballpark, they're lying to you. And so just that culture of winning, you can rank us whatever you want, still got to show up to the ballpark and play the boys in blue. And that's a big problem for any team.
Yeah.
So it's all about the dog pile. That's the goal. One team, one dream, one goal. So
what are your thoughts on the RPI and kind of the preseason schedule for the Flyers? Give us just a couple thoughts. I know the region schedule is going to be what it is, and everybody's got to play everybody home and home, but preseason, do you like the schedule?
Yeah, we always stack our preseason. You got some teams that come in and they're 10-0, 12-0, beating everyone by 30 runs. I don't really believe in that. I'd rather go play the best 5A, the best 6A, and really be battle tested. And then year in and year out, the numbers speak for themselves. When we get into region play, we're ready to go, and so I always like to stack our preseason, not really look at the losses. And as far as the RPI goes, like I said earlier, it's a little bit of a slap in the face, but at the end of the day, that's just noise. To not have the Dixie Flyers in the top 10, a little crazy to me. I don't know who puts the rankings together. But, with that being said, if Snow Canyon was outside the top 10, I'd think the same thing. Because like I said last year, Region 9, it really is the SEC of high school baseball in Utah. So to not get that respect just feels a little bit like, all right, come play us and we'll show you.
I think you hit the nail on the head right there, that state championship runs through Region 9 and has done so for many years. And Dixie Flyers are part of that.
Last team that wasn't a Region 9 team was Grantsville in 2013. It's over a decade ago. Right. Yeah. The Dixie Flyers, let's go. Something to prove this year. Coach, thanks for bringing the guys in, and we'll see you out at the yard real soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, quick timeout, and we will be back. Crimson Cliffs will join us next as we continue our 2026 Baseball Region 9 Media Day.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive. Again, if you missed any of our baseball Region 9 Media Day coverage, head over to the website, thefansportsnetwork.com, or our YouTube page, and you can watch it by school, by coach, by players, and check it out. Get ready for the upcoming baseball season. How about Utah Tech baseball, Paulie?
Yeah, 11-1. They're off to a roaring start.
I mean, incredible. I was down at the yard on Friday and had a blast. It was so fun to be down there, and a lot of previews being put out. I saw James Edwards put a little 4A preview out on all our local schools, talking about newcomers and stuff, and we got games coming your way soon right here on the Fan Sports Network. By the way, the difference between the R Media and combined Region 9 coaches poll and the Des News just coaches poll was not much. It was pretty much about the same. Crimson 1, Snow Canyon 2. The only thing different was I think we had Desert Hills 3 and Dixie 4, and I think Des News has Dixie 3 and Desert Hills 4, Cedar 5, Pineview 6, and Hurricane predicted 7th. But again, if you want to hear from the defending state champ Crimson Cliffs Mustangs and Justin Abbott, head to the website. They've got some newcomers. My gosh, he said this is going to be the toughest year ever to set the lineup. You want to hear from Reed Sechrist, Snow Canyon Warriors, 22 years coaching them up. Tunner Nyberg in his second season, Jagan Levitt in his first season over there for the Thunder, youngest head coach in the state at the high school level. Of course, Brad Larson is now in his fourth year up in Cedar. Kyler Walker enters his third season, and Coach Pearson out in Hurricane back for his fifth season of some Region 9 ball and stick out at the yard. The state championship runs through Region 9. Where will the NCAA champ run through? What region? Well, Joey Brackets has not updated his bracketology in the last 4 or 5 days. He's still got Utah Tech in the field, but he does have them as a 16 seed now. But Palm from CBSSports.com just updated his brackets this morning. So there's a little fresher take.
Jerry Palm.
Yeah, Jerry Palm, CBSSports.com. He does, there's everybody, Yahoo, CBS, ESPN, everybody's got their resident bracketologist, right? Mm-hmm. And someday when I grow up, I want to be a bracketologist. That sounds like a really
It's a great job.
Not an orthodontist, a bracketologist.
That's right.
Probably make more money being an orthodontist than a bracketologist.
Yeah.
He's got Duke, Michigan, UConn, and Arizona on the one line. You agreeing with that? That seems pretty easy at this point.
Yeah, those are the kind of shoe-ins as of now. Michigan just lost their starting point guard to an ACL tear, so that's big news. But otherwise, I think those 4 teams hold serve and probably take the 1 seeds, most likely.
Two line is Illinois, Houston, who had that 3-game losing streak, but then got back on track over the weekend, Florida, and Purdue.
And I am already going to make my statement now. I called my shot a few years with Houston and missed. They made it to the national title last year, but didn't win. My national champion, today, I've watched them like 5 times the last 2 weeks. I think they're the best team far and away. Monday, March 2nd, the Florida Gators repeat.
Yeah.
Todd Golden, he is money.
Yeah.
They just beat Arkansas by 50
beat
points.
The points off of Arkansas, and Arkansas is projected to be a 5th seed. I mean, that's a good team. They've got 3 guys that average like 20 points or more, and they whooped them.
Todd Golden and Florida are everything you want in nowadays basketball. A high shooting clip from the perimeter, a dominant big man, and a good bench. I think they're going to make a deep run and win it all again. So I'm going Gators. Chomp.
Early call on the Gators.
Yeah, I'm on the Gators.
3-line right now. On the 3-line, you've got Texas Tech. We've seen a lot of them in the Big 12. Nebraska. Okay. Then you've also got Alabama and Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State had that big win last week on the road at Purdue. They just beat Indiana last night on Sunday. So they're kind of trending up. And everybody likes to take Izzo in their brackets, so I'm sure he'll be going far in a lot of people's bracket.
On the 4 line, Iowa State, Gonzaga, who got beat by St. Mary's over the weekend. I think they lost by 11.
Yeah.
Huff was out.
8-point halftime lead for Gonzaga, too.
Yeah, Huff was out, though. St. Mary's came roaring back. I watched a good portion of that game. And they've also got Kansas and Virginia. How about Ryan Odom and the Cavaliers?
The Who's, yeah. I know some happy Virginians about the Cavaliers that have seen them rise. They just got absolutely beat the brakes off by Duke, though, at Cameron Indoor this weekend. But
Duke's playing good.
Still a really good basketball team in Virginia. So,
other notables, I'm not going to go through. You can go check it out, CBSSports.com. Jerry Palm, latest bracketology. He's got Utah State on the 8 line right now in the West.
Yeah.
They would play the Billikens of St. Louis. So you've been following the Billikens pretty closely this year.
Billikens 26-3 this year, first in the A10. They've got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Robbie Avila averages 13 points a game, leads them in assists too at 4.5. He's kind of a point center type thing in the half court. He'll be kind of a frustrating matchup, but I think I like Utah State in that game. They've done well in the 7-10, 8-9 matchup in past years.
Yeah, Utah State still got some work to do for the seeding purposes.
Yeah.
They've got UNLV tomorrow down at the Thomas and Mack. They are 14-4 and 24-5 overall. Aggies have lost to their last 2 conference road games by 3 points each game. At Reno, they lost by 3, and then at San Diego State, they lost by 3. You got New Mexico State that's 13-5, and San Diego State that's 13-5. So it's a 3-horse race going into the final week of the regular season in the Mountain West Conference, and it looks like this is a 3-bid conference.
I would assume so, yes.
I mean, don't you think Utah State, New Mexico, San Diego State get in? I don't know that Nevada or Grand Canyon get in unless they win the Mountain West Conference tournament.
Yeah, the first 4, New Mexico's currently in the first 4, so that'll play that Wednesday before the tournament or whatever. So they're not really even in the field. They're barely in. So I think 3 bids and first 4 out is San Diego State. So realistically right now last 4 in is New Mexico, is in the first 4, like I said, but first 4 out is San Diego State. So right now, Jerry Palm only has them as a 2-bid conference right now.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to change. I think they get 3. At Boise State tomorrow for San Diego State. So a nice chance to get a quality conference road win against about a 500 team in Boise State in conference play.
That's right. They should win that game. But the more scary matchup for the in-state folks is the 7-10 in the West. That's BYU as the 7 seed taking on a really opportunistic team in UCLA who plays really good on the West Coast. I saw in their home to road splits, UCLA incredible at home.
Oh, you care about matchups and series? Oh, that's a new lead for you. Okay.
Trends. Yeah.
A trend.
Yeah,
okay.
trend.
Kind of like what I was trying to say earlier with SUU and Utah Tech at home.
I knew this would rear its ugly head at some point.
Yeah. Well, I knew I would eventually find you in a I didn't think it would be the same show. I didn't think it would be the same show.
Yeah.
Where you don't care about trends and now you care about trends.
That's
wow.
right.
Wow. Imagine that. Folly.
Yeah, you caught me in one there. It's all right. 7-10 matchup. All that aside is BYU UCLA. One of the we saw them play Illinois. They beat Illinois on their home court when we were coming home from
overtime game.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch. They got a really good guard line. I think that could be a tough matchup for BYU in the first round.
So bubble teams out there right now, according to Jerry Palm. He's got Utah State on the 8 line, BYU on the 7 line. By the way, he doesn't have Utah Tech in. He's got Utah Valley in as the 13 seed representing the WAC conference. And they would play Gonzaga. So I'm sure when Joey Brackets updates his, it was nice to see Utah Tech last week in the bracketology, but I'm guessing with the loss to SUU on Saturday, they probably bump out. Yeah. And Utah Valley or Cal Baptist would bop in. Yeah. Again, it's all going to be determined at the WAC Vegas Conference Tournament. That's why I was not making as big a deal about Saturday as you.
I know.
Auburn, Cal, San Diego State, Seton Hall, Stanford, USC, Virginia Tech, and West Virginia. Those are your on-the-bubble teams going into this week where they still got some work to do to punch their ticket. Conference tournaments coming up.
I like it. Let West Virginia get hot in the Big 12 tourney, baby. I hope so.
Selection Sunday is March 15th. Sunday, March 15th.
Yeah.
One of my favorite days of the year.
Jerry Palm ranks the seeds based on how good they are. The best 1 seed is Duke, number 1 overall seed. The best 2 seed is Illinois. I like this Illinois team. Brad Underwood and the players they've assembled there. Florida, my sleeper pick for the title. Texas Tech, probably the best 3 seed, them in Michigan State. And then Kansas on the 4 line with Gonzaga, some good 4 seeds there too as well. So I really like the field. This should be a really fun tournament, a lot of competition, a lot of parity, and just got to hope that our in-state teams make it out of the first round.
What's a good number? What's your prediction on how many Utah college basketball teams get into the NCAA tournament? Is it 2? Is it 3?
It's 3. Yep. Utah Valley or Utah Tech will win the WAC.
And that gets Utah. They join Utah State and BYU.
Yep.
Yeah, we know Utah would have to win the conference Big 12 tournament. That's very unlikely to get in. Mm-hmm. Okay. SUU, same
3.
scenario. SUU would have to win the WAC conference tournament to get the auto bid.
So really the only way we get 2 is if a Texas school or Cal Baptist win.
Yeah.
So
Utah State, with 2 games left to be played, if USU wins out, they're going to win the Mountain West title outright.
Yes.
If USU ends up tied with San Diego State, Aggies win the tiebreaker and will be the number 1 seed. If USU ties with New Mexico, the Lobos would be the number 1 seed with the tiebreakers. Again, Utah State 14-4, San Diego State and New Mexico are sitting at 13-5 with 2 games to play. So
San Diego State just lost to New Mexico this past weekend at New Mexico. I was watching that game. New Mexico is probably the stiffest competition in conference for Utah State.
Yeah.
I know Utah State lost at the Viejas in San Diego by 3, but I think New Mexico more complete team, tougher out in the Mountain West tournament.
The WAC basketball standings right now going into the final week of the regular season. UVU is 12-4, Cal Baptist is 11-5, and Utah Tech is now 11-6. Utah Valley plays at SUU on Thursday and then at Utah Tech on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So realistically, I think you probably lose that tiebreaker, even if you beat Utah Valley, because they've got you twice, right? No. We've split with UVU. So ultimately, that could be a tiebreaker if Utah Tech ended up getting some help from SUU. Yeah. There's still a mathematic route for the number 1 seed, but Cal Baptist sits there ahead of Utah Tech in the loss column and identical in the win column. Yeah. And so you got to worry about what Cal Bap is doing as well. And they've got Abilene Christian at home. You would think they would take care of business there, but then they go at SUU on Saturday. So SUU played Utah Tech, they play Cal Bap, and they play Utah Valley, all the top 3 teams in the conference down the stretch. Yeah. And so they're right in the middle of playing spoiler as far as the seeding is concerned for the top 2-3 seeds.
Sure. Yeah. Cal Bap really plays a big role in it, and SUU is the ultimate kind of domino in the WAC standings. So we'll see how they do. They may have exhausted their one great game already, but let's see if they play another great one and upset one of these 2 teams.
All right, some hoop talk here on the network. We got a lot of fun things planned. We're going to be talking a lot of college basketball all the way through the NC2A tournament, and Paulie says 3 teams from the Beehive State are going to punch their ticket into March Madness. We got to take a break, come back, and put a bow on the show, get you ready for the day in sports, some shots for the road. It's all coming up when we come back from the Finley Hyundai Studios. Back on the drive, final segment for us on a Monday fun day. Devin Dixon and the mouth of the South, Paulie Ratliff. And she's pushing all the buttons, Sarah Atkin. And Paulie only contradicted himself once today on the show. That's pretty good, Paulie. Not too bad.
Doing better, yeah.
Not too bad. We are live from the Findlay Hyundai studio. And as always, show brought to you by some great local partners, Zag, Coral Canyon, our friends at Game Day Men's Health. They got a 45-minute dad bod to build tonight. If you want to stop by, check that out. Just go to their website and get all the details, GameDayMen'sHealth.com/St. George. Appreciate TDS as well as One Health. Quick shout out to One Health in St. George. They're welcoming in a new doctor, Dr. Carl Turner, to the team. And he is board certified in family medicine for over a decade. He sees everyone, newborns, kids, women's health, and yes, he can even check Paul's blood pressure. True family medicine. One doctor who actually knows your whole family. And it's brought to you by our friends at Prime IV. You need a little boost on a Monday. You need a little boost for the week. Maybe for spring break next week. Isn't spring break next week for all of our Washington County School District kids? Yeah. Go see our friends and check out their March specials, PrimeIVSTG.com. I know every time my daughter has a soccer tournament, she's like, Dad, will you take me to Prime IV? She absolutely loves it. She's 14, which is kind of the young end of the age where you can actually get an IV. But go check it out, PrimeIVSTG.com, and you will love their zero-gravity massaging chairs. They are unbelievable. Polly loves them. Tara loves them. I especially love them. I could fall asleep and take a nap in those chairs. I think, in fact, I probably have before. Tara, have you ever fallen?
Oh, I absolutely do, yeah.
I think everybody, when you just get comfy and you get the right setting on the massage chair and you're just relaxing and the room's nice and dark and cool, not hard to fall asleep at Prime IV. They got you covered. Let's take a look at a couple things. One, Paulie, were you surprised? I don't know if I said it to you, but I said it to somebody. I'm like, I should go take Tyler Reddick. He's red hot right now. But then I was like, but will he really win 3 in a row in NASCAR for Michael Jordan, who's the team owner, on a road course? And he beats Shan Van Gissenberg and does it. 3 straight NASCAR wins to start the season. What's Granddad got to say about that?
Yeah, he I don't know that he's a big Reddick fan, but he does like Denny Hamlin and some of the guys Jordan's been affiliated with in the past. So he's probably happy with Reddick winning this 3rd. I know Jordan was. He was down with the pit crew. I see a video on Yahoo Sports, like him jumping out of there and like congratulating Reddick. And it's a big deal because Michael Jordan obviously made his foray into basketball. That's what he's mostly known for. Been in baseball, now in NASCAR. So as a player or an owner, he wasn't a great owner for the Charlotte Hornets, I'll say, but he's doing a much better job in NASCAR. So Reddick, 3 straight wins. That's something to be.
It's not easy to do.
It's not easy to do.
I would equate 3 wins in NASCAR to like a 20-plus game win streak in like college basketball or the NBA. It's very difficult to do.
3 straight tournaments in golf. That's kind of what NASCAR is
like a Scotty Scheffler type performance or a Tiger Woods type performance.
Yes.
I mean, it's very difficult to do. You got
those
30 some other guys.
Yeah,
you
there's
got
a field
engines,
of 35.
You got parts that could go wrong. You could get hit and taken out, even though it's not your fault. Nobody is hotter right now in sports, you could argue, than J.J. Reddick.
Tyler Reddick.
JJ's look alike, but they don't really look alike.
Yeah, that's right.
I called him JJ the other day, too. Not the Lakers head coach, Tyler Reddick. Denny Hamlin, you mentioned Hamlin. He did come out and say yesterday that Tyler Reddick is a more complete driver than him.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin, one of the greats.
He said there's still room for improvement.
Yeah.
But
doesn't Denny have some ownership of the Jordan 23 race, race brand?
Oh, yeah. He's wearing Jumpman stuff on his shirt, man.
Yeah. I know he used to be with Gibbs, but he dipped and left. So.
Yep. I love it. Echevarria wins on the PGA Tour. Did you see the meltdown from Shane Lowry? Double bogeys, 2 of his last holes coming in, and that paves the way. He blows, a 3-shot lead, and Echevarria wins by 1.
Yeah, that's disappointing for Shane. as his collapse is pretty well documented all over Twitter. A lot of accounts tweeting first time in his career with back-to-back double bogeys. He had a 3-shot lead with 3 holes to play. Now 2 back of the lead. This was obviously during the round, but man, I'm looking at some of these shots and it's just woof. He's splashing quite a bit.
And by the way, you were right. Denny Hamlin does drive for Joe Gibbs Racing, but he is a co-owner of 23XI Racing with Michael Jordan.
That's right.
So he operates and helps build that team, but yet he still does race for Joe Gibbs.
Okay.
It's kind of an interesting dynamic.
It
there.
is.
You don't see that very often where you
kind of a succession
own a team,
plan.
but you don't race for the team you own.
It's kind of a succession plan for him. He was talking about retiring a couple years ago. So I'm assuming he's only going to drive maybe 1, 2, 3 more years, and then he will shift into the owner side of racing, which is interesting for Denny Hamlin.
Yeah. Yep. Anything you wanted to get to that we didn't get to today?
Yeah, speaking of baseball and Utah Tech, I thought this was a cool promotion done by the St. Louis Cardinals, and I'm hoping more teams adopt it around the MLB and even in college baseball if they're able to do it. The unlimited concessions ticket package starting at $29 with the St. Louis Cardinals includes bottomless soda, hot dogs, chicken tenders, bratwurst, nachos, fries, popcorn, peanuts, chips, and ice cream. That's all you can eat for $29. Pretty good deal for the St. Louis Cardinal fans.
Will you fly to St. Louis to take advantage of that deal?
No, I am hoping that more teams locally take a look at the all-you-can-eat package.
Well, I know Utah Tech baseball, softball games were all free over the weekend, and they had a good turnout on Friday night when I was down at the yard.
That's a great promotion. Nothing better than free promotions where you can just go in and watch the game like that. But for MLB, for NHL, for NBA, for NFL, there should be a ticket package or ticket offered that includes free food and beer, hopefully, someday down the road.
By the way, there's a nice little recap on the NFL Draft Combine and all the Utah Utes that were out there. And I saw Spencer Fano as high as number 3 in one mock draft.
Yeah, he's going to go high.
If he's picked before number 8, Fano would become the second highest player ever drafted from the Utah Utes, behind only
Alex Smith.
Correct. Number 1 pick in 2005. He's 6'5.5", 311 pounds. He ran a 4.91 40 time. Vert jump was 32 inches.
That's good for a big fella.
Lomu, the other Ute, 313, 4.99 40 time, 32 and a half vert. And his combined score of 81 ranks second among offensive tackles. So he's a first-round pick.
Yeah.
And then they had Dallin Bentley out there, Lander Barton, and Logan Fano, the defensive end. Who am I missing here? Caleb Lomu, who I was talking about. Not Fano, sorry. BYU's Jack Kelly did pretty good, kind of solidified himself with his 40 time. I think he was the 8th best 40 time of the linebackers. He'll be an early day 3 pick, I gotta believe. I think you see him go, 3rd, 4th round, something like that. Among the wasn't as many Cougars at Indianapolis at the NFL Combine as there was Utes.
Yeah, I don't see many mocks. I was just scanning about 3 or 4. None of them, I don't see Fano dropping out of the top 10. He is a consensus top 10 pick. Whether that be top 5 or not, we'll see.
Yeah. I'd love to have him in Seattle. Unfortunately, we don't draft till 32, which is okay because I like having that
top
Super
of the
Bowl
draft
title
this
more.
year. In the top of the draft, it is a defensive player draft this year. Arvell Reese, edge. David Bailey, edge. Ruben Bain, edge. Carnell Tate, the first offensive player other than Mendoza. Spano, then Sonny Styles, Francis Mauga, Caleb Downs. A lot of defensive players in the top 15 picks.
Have you seen this NFL mock draft database.com website? It's called NFL Mock Draft Database.com. You can go in and pick any player, and it shows you their average mock draft among all the mock drafts. And so, Spencer Fano, overall ranked 6. He's projected high in the first round. 4-star kid back in 2023. As low as 3rd and as high as 5th. Average pick position, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. It's kind of cool because they've got 2026 789 mock drafts out there. Fantasy Pros, NFL Spin, NFL Mocks, Touchdown Wire, even just the Chicago Sun-Times. And then you got your big ones, Yahoo, Fox Sports. I mean, there is so many mock drafts out there, Paulie. This kind of compiles them all and does an average. It's actually kind of a cool little website.
Yeah, it is cool.
NFL Mock Draft Database.com. If you're a big fan of somebody in the NFL draft, somebody in the NFL draft, one of your players of the team you root for, go check that website out. And maybe do it on your lunch break today or something, huh? All right. Time to rate the show. Off and running, new week of shows. We've got some fun guests planned this week, ready to get after it. And a lot of college basketball hoop on our radar. We started the show recapping the SUU-Utah Tech basketball game, which SUU won 81-67, a 14-point win for the T-Birds over the Trailblazers on Saturday night, and we had a bunch of stuff in between. No rate.
No rebuttal. Oh, you want me to rate? I'm gonna say 9-3 today.
9-3. Man, but Friday didn't you give us a 9-8?
Yeah.
How are we gonna top that?
Hard.
Right?
It'll be hard.
I mean, I think that was the highest rating of the show you've ever given. So we'll try to do it. We'll try to top it tomorrow on the program. You guys, we are out of here. It's been The Drive. For Paul, for Tara, I'm Devin Dixon. Have a great Monday, everybody.